Hello everyone, how are you? You flooded us with emails for a tutorial on the Milky Way, and here you go. However, as always, I remind you to subscribe to the channel and activate the notification bell to be notified when a new video is released. Let's start right away with the basic camera raw settings. To improve white balance adjustment, I suggest temporarily increasing saturation and vibrance to the maximum. This will give you a better visual of any color cast dominance points. Here I applied a gradient from the bottom to reduce light pollution. Alright, I'd say our file is ready and we can click Open to open it in Photoshop. Let's start by duplicating the layer. Then go to Filter, Blur, Average. Create a new Curves Adjustment layer. And use the middle pipette of the curves to click on the color, then delete the layer with the average. Turn off the Curves Adjustment layer, click on Mid One, turn the layer back on, and click Apply. If the mask is not dense enough, we can go to Camera Raw and define it in the whites and highlights. In this way, we have removed some of the green cast in the midtones. Let's merge everything into a new layer, duplicate it, and go to Camera Raw. Now let's go to the mask, create a new radial mask, and place it over all the nebulousness of the Milky Way. Let's increase the clarity to the maximum and make other basic adjustments. Don't worry if you leave halos, we'll mask everything later with Neural Mask. Turn off the layer, select the light that best captures the nebulous part. In my case, Light 1, then turn the layer back on and click Apply. In this way, we have selectively applied the modification only to the nebulous parts. Let's merge everything into a new layer, duplicate it, and then go again to Filter, Blur, Average. Let's create a new Curves Adjustment layer, and click on the color with the central eyedropper tool. Delete the Average layer, turn off the Curves layer, select Light 1, turn the layer back on, and click Apply. In this way, we have removed the green cast from the highlights, but if the mask isn't sufficient, we can refine it as usual in Camera Raw. Let's merge everything into a new layer, duplicate it, and go to Camera Raw. Now we need to consider the darker parts of the photo, which will add more three-dimensionality to the nebula. So, set a lower exposure and completely reduce contrast while also increasing blacks and shadows. Click OK. Turn off the layer. Select the light that contrasts the nebula the best. Turn the layer back on, click Apply. Refine the mask in Camera Raw to enhance the nebulous parts. Click OK. And invert the mask. In this way, we have separated the dark part of the sky from the nebula quite effectively. Let's merge everything back into a new layer. Choose a mid-2. Create a new hue saturation adjustment layer and click Apply. From here, you can adjust the hue and saturation of the midtones, but I recommend avoiding changes to the hue. Use it only for saturation adjustments. Let's merge everything into a new layer. Duplicate it. Go to Camera Raw. Adjust the HSL settings to remove some color dominance. In my case, a strong dominance in aquas. And once done, click OK. Turn off the layer, select a mid-2, open it in Camera Raw. Increase clarity, contrast, and click OK. Turn the layer back on and click Apply. Now, invert the mask. Let's merge everything into a new layer. Click on the Boost function, then brush over the nebula with a low brush flow, and refine it with Camera Raw. Apply the mask, and with a white brush, paint over the brighter areas of the Milky Way that you want to enhance. Turn off the burn layer, select a dark one, refine it in Camera Raw, apply it to the layer, and use a brush with color hash 1771717 to paint the shadow areas. If the effect is too pronounced, adjust the opacity of the layer. Now let's merge everything into a new layer. Click on Saturation, and increase the saturation. I would say the photo looks perfect now. Let's see a before and after. Before we wrap up, I'd like to remind you to leave a like and subscribe to the channel. And remember to comment on this video with any questions you may have and new ideas for future video tutorials. Also, don't forget to activate the notification bell to receive updates for upcoming videos. I'd like to remind you that Neural Mask is available on the website neuralcelestia.it. See you soon.